Gyun woke with a sharp breath. The sound of alarms filled her office. Her desk was covered in scattered research papers, glowing red and blue from emergency lights outside. Through the thick, reinforced window, she saw something falling from the sky. It looked like a crystal snowflake, large, shining, and alive. It wasn't falling fast, but slowly, like it was broken. The object drifted through the clouds and landed with a soft crash on the rooftop garden of Seoul Interstellar Medical Center. Gyun jumped to her feet, grabbing her medical kit. She ran up the stairs, her heart racing. The rooftop garden was usually a peaceful place, full of flowers and herbs, where recovering patients sat and watched the sunrise. But now, it looked like something from a dream or a nightmare. The ship was made of sharp, clear surfaces that bent light into thousands of rainbow colors. It sparkled even in the dim emergency lights. As Gyun approached, part of the ship's wall melted away, like ice turning into water, and then it stepped out. The alien was taller than any human she had ever seen, at least 8 feet. Its skin looked like polished glass, with colors shifting over it like oil on water. It moved with strange, graceful motion. 4 long arms cradled something close to its chest. Gyun stopped. The thing in the alien's arms was smaller baby. It looked like a younger version of the creature, but its glow was faint, its body dull. Something was very wrong. The alien pressed a shimmering crystal to its neck. When it spoke, the voice came through the air like soft music. "Please," it said. "My little one fades." Gyun felt her hands shake. This was a Starweaver. Her textbooks said Starweavers never let others near their children. Their ships were designed so they never needed help, even while traveling between stars. They were private, powerful, and proud, and now one was here, begging for help. "I'm Dr. Juhon," she said slowly, speaking clearly so the translation crystal could understand. "I'm a pediatric specialist. May I help your child?" The alien's body shifted, colored deep purple, then blue, then a soft green, remembered from training that these colors meant fear, worry, and hope. Finally, with great care, the Starweaver extended its arms and placed the baby in Gyun's hands. The moment was quiet. Heavy Gyun looked down. The baby's scales were dull gray. They should have been shining, full of light. Tiny flashes of color blinked beneath its translucent skin, weak and unsteady. The baby let out a soft, chiming cry. Even though it didn't sound human, Ji-Yu knew that sound. It was the cry of a sick child. She did what came naturally. Holding the child gently, she began to hum. It was a lullaby, one her grandmother used to sing, a song from her childhood, passed down through generations. Tune meant to comfort. The reaction was immediate. The baby's flickering lights became slower, more regular. The strange energy in its body steadied, its breathing calmed. Gyun saw the Starweaver stare at, her eyes wide. "Your song?" the crystal translated. "It matches the stellar cradle harmonies." "How can this be?" "I don't know," Ji-Yoon whispered. "But I think I can help. Follow me." She carried the infant through the hospital halls, the alien walking silently beside her. When they entered the pediatric ward, Dr. Wan was already waiting. He stared at the child, then at the shimmering parent behind Ji-Yoon. "I've never seen this kind of life form," he said. "But these readings, they're unstable. Like the child is losing energy fast." Ji-Yoon laid the baby gently on a scanner bed. Holograms floated above the table, pulsing lights and waveforms. Dr. Wan frowned. "This looks like energy starvation," he said. "Not from food, from ... something deeper." Gyun kept humming softly. The machines showed the same effect. With each verse, the baby's vital signs improved slightly. Her voice, her melody somehow helped. Then it hit her. "Check the sun's energy output," she told Dr. Wan. "I think something has changed." He typed fast into the control screen. "Right. You're right. There's been a sharp drop in solar flares for weeks now. The sun is quieter than usual." "It's not just quiet," the Starweaver said. "The songs are wrong. The harmonies have broken." June stared at the infant, thinking fast. These beings were born inside dying stars. They lived off stellar energy. But now Earth's sun wasn't giving them what they needed. So how had the baby survived even this long? She looked down. It was her lullaby, her presence. Humans gave off something the alien child needed. "Dr. Wan," she said, "run scans on my brainwaves. Compare them to the baby's needs." He nodded, quickly placing sensors on her head. After a moment, his eyes widened. "Your brain activity during caregiving matches the patterns of stable star formation." "Exactly." June blinked. "What you mean?" "Humans create the same energy patterns as stellar nurseries." "Yes," Dr. Wan said. "When we comfort, when we care, we make harmony. Real, measurable harmony." The Star Weaver leaned close, colors shifting like soft light. Your species, carries the psalms of stars in your hearts." Goon held the baby close again, her voice trembling. "I think," she whispered, "we've just discovered something bigger than we can imagine." Dr. June stood in the center of the pediatric ward. Around her, monitors showed bright, steady lights. The Star Weaver infant, once near death, now glowed like a small sun. But something even stranger had begun to happen. More alien ships arrived, one after another. Some looked like silver birds. Others moved like living clouds. They came from every part of the galaxy. They all carried one thing: young ones in danger. June stared out the window. The sky over Seoul was filled with light and shadow. Alien vessels hovered quietly, waiting. Inside the hospital, every room was full. Some alien babies floated in small water tanks. Others needed cold, or heat, or special gases. But no matter the species, one thing was the same when a human caregiver entered the room. The children improved. Even when no one spoke, no machine touched them, their condition changed. Their energy returned. Their life signals stabilized. It was not medicine. It was something else. It was human presence. Dr. Wan showed June new data. "Look at this," he said. "Each time a nurse talks to a child or sings or even just holds a hand, these waves appear. Over and over." She looked at the chart. It was the exact harmonic signature of a healthy star. "Are we creating stellar energy?" she whispered. "No," Dr. Wan said. "Something deeper. We're making the right kind of music. A song. One that these young ones need to survive." That same day, a new ship arrived. Didn't land. It materialized. It shimmered into being like a dream. No engine, no heat. It was a drifter ship. These beings were made of dark matter and light. They'd never landed on any world before. They were too delicate. They always stayed in space. But now they came. From the ship floated beings like shadows with glowing centers. In their arms, tiny stars flickered. One drifter moved close to Jiyun, its voice not spoken, but heard directly in her thoughts. "Your world sings," it said, "and it calls to our children." Jiyun stepped aside, letting the drifter enter the nursery. As soon as its infant entered the human resonance field, something incredible happened. The child brightened, not just with light but with joy. It let out a sound. It's like a laugh made of stars. Then something even more strange happened. Every young one in the room, Star Weaver, Luminoth dancer, drifter, began to respond. Their energies flowed together, colors mixed, sounds blended. Rooms shimmered like sunlight on water. A soft hum filled the air. Human doctors and nurses stood frozen, staring. They hadn't done anything. They were just there. The room itself had become a song. Jiyun saw Dr. Daehyun wiping his eyes. "They're sinking," he said softly. "Different species, different biology. But the human frequencies are acting. Like a conductor." Aliens that had once feared each other, predators and prey, now sat side by side. Their children played together. Humans, without trying, had united them. That evening, the Galactic Council arrived. They were old, wise, and powerful. For centuries, they had led peace across stars. They had feared humans. Now they watched in silence. One elder, a body like flowing metal, looked into Jiyun's eyes. "We thought you were dangerous," it said, "because you fight, because you feel so much. But we see now. That emotion, it is not a threat. It is your gift." June took a breath. "We didn't know we had it either." The Star Weaver parent from before stepped forward, its scales shining. "Carry the old harmonies. Your lullabies heal. Your presence restores. You are resonance anchors." A Luminoth researcher brought new data. June and Dr. Wan followed them to the analysis chamber. Inside, floating lights showed waves of DNA star maps and energy graphs. One pattern repeated again and again. It was human. Their DNA carried the same mathematical rhythm found in newborn stars. Not similar, not close. Exact, even more shocking. Human. Brain waves during caregiving adjusted themselves. Not just to other humans, but to any life form nearby. "It's not just biology," said Dr. Daehyun. "It's evolution. Earth made us this way. We learned to care for everything." Dr. Nari added, "This means we didn't just learn to nurture. We were made to. Our bodies respond to pain. Our songs match light. Our touch creates harmony." The Drifter Elder shimmered brighter than ever before. "You are not just one species among many. You are the bridge." The old stories spoke of harmony. Keepers. We thought they were lost, but they simply grew up. Here, across the galaxy, alien medical centers confirmed the truth. Human caregivers and work caused young aliens to recover faster. Their DNA responded. Their minds adjusted. They became, without trying, what each child needed most. Dr. June stood at the window, looking up at the sky full of ships. She now understood. Humans were not explorers, not warriors, not even just healers. They were keepers of the song, the galaxy. Didn't fear humans anymore. It trusted them, and across 1,000 stars. Alien parents placed their children cubs, larvae, younglings into human arms, and whispered, with faith, "Sing."